closely around your neighborhood or perhaps where your business is, my guess is you'll see some of these. These are solar panels, and we're at Edelman today with Darcy Rigsby, who knows all things solar, I'm told.
Not everything, because the solar world is constantly changing. But here at Edelman's, we've been into the solar business roughly about a year, a little more than a year. And we are just now getting feet wet into the solar business. The Green Energy Act, the people that are wanting to save money on their electric bill has just exploded in this Midwest region, and Edelman's is here to install solar and help people reduce their electric bill, as well as businesses, not just residential.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that, because I think for years, and this was always my impression, that solar's cool and it'll save you money, but it's really expensive to get started, and that means I'm out. Apparently that's changed a little bit.
Tim, you're exactly right. About 2 years ago, solar panels, the inverters, everything was very expensive. It was outpricing the residential people, outpricing businesses, so they could not do solar. The last 2 years, the prices come down considerably. There's lots of rebates. There's lots of tax credits for businesses. There's smart inverter rebates. There's USDA grants for farms. So there's a lot of ways for people to save money, plus the cost of the actual solar panel as well as the inverters has come down quite a bit over the last 2 years.
So equipment's going to be less, you're going to get rebates on top of that, and then over time you'll obviously be saving money on energy. I know it's probably hard to give exact numbers, but how much are we talking for an average home or an average business?
Over the course of about 3 or 4 years, once you have your system paid off, you can probably predict usually between 70 and 80% of your electric bill. There have been people that have flooded their roofs with solar panels and been able to bring the pricing down to just the basic charges, your meter charges, your basic installation service charges. I've taken bills from $200 down to $16 a month.
Wow, wow. All right, so let's say someone's interested now, and how could you not be after all that information? What do they need to know, or looking around their home or their business, what needs to be in place for them to get started?
The first thing they need is they need a clear view to the southern sky. The sun is out there. It's got plenty of energy. It's the biggest rock in the solar system, and it will provide us the energy as long as we can get to it. Trees, shading, that kind of stuff is in the way. I've had people call me, and I've gone out to their houses, and it's just flooded with tree foliage and everything, and not able to do anything. If you've got a clear access to the southern sky, we can put solar panels on. We can reduce your electric bill. That is the biggest thing. We can do ground arrays. If you've got a 4 or 5 acre pasture and you want to put a solar array out there, we can put a ground mount. It does not always have to go on top of your roof. It can go on the ground. So there's options that we can do by looking at somebody's property where we don't have to put it on the roof. We can put it on the ground and help them make their imprint on the footprint of America.
Now, I understand that everybody's going to be different, and it's kind of hard to say, but in terms of installation and inconvenience, you know, that process from you guys coming to do an estimate to actually being ready to roll, what does that time frame typically look like?
About 30 days. There is a program called the SREC program. It's renewable energy charges that it's basically when your solar panel is producing energy, it is going back into your home, and you're getting credit for that from the energy company. We have to apply for that for you. We do all your paperwork, which is great. That takes everything out of your hands as a consumer. We do all your paperwork, but it does take a couple weeks to get that done. The SREC money, if you're applying for USDA, that kind of thing, does take a little time. 30 days is usually from the time that we get you signed and a contract to the time that we actually do the installation is about 30 days. And actually, the actual installation usually takes 1 or 2 days.
In terms of getting estimates and getting started, I understand sooner is better than later because some of these things end or at least change at the end of the year.
Correct. The tax credit is 26% right now. As of December 31st, it goes down to 22%. Now, there is a bill, federal bill, to keep it at 26%, but with government, you never know how they're going to work, of course, so that could go down to 22% as of January 1st. That's the plan, but it could stay at 26%. It just depends on what government does. So.
All right. Well, if you want an estimate, you want to save money on your power bill and want to help the environment at the same time, the guys at Edelman, specifically Darcy, can help you out. We will connect you with all of that information at our website. Just go to CILiving.tv.